This, everybody, is a very special little blue fruit known as khao. Khao is actually a delicacy where I am right now in northern Thailand, or at least it was at some point. I think it's going out of fashion. So how I got my hands on this is actually kind of a funny story. I was running tours here in Thailand, and the first group that I took around, after the tour ended, they found this on their own. They went off separately in Chiang Mai and found this, and they told me about it. They sent me coordinates to a little old lady, just one little old lady that was selling it at the market. Those coordinates were sent to all the other people in the group. So one guy went and found it, then another person went and got it from my group, and then I went and got it from the group, all on different days. And this little old lady, she made this face that was just like confusion and surprise, and she turned to another vendor, and I don't know what she said, but something about phalanx, which means foreigners, and then gave me this fruit. Because over the course of 3 days, she has had 3 foreigners express interest in this very, very obscure fruit, and I think we just totally pranked this woman without realizing it. So yeah guys, if you go to Chiang Mai and see this for sale by a little old lady at the market here, pick it up. So Kho fruit, I believe, refers to 2 different species of fruit, and they look very similar. One is Livistona speciosa, and the other is Livistona jenkinsiana. And I think for a while these were considered to be the same species, but then a slight difference in it was pointed out, and now they are 2. So sometimes these get mixed up online. The big telltale that I could tell was the jenkinsiana has the stem here, on the wider side of it. And speciosa has it here on the longer side. So that is according to an article that I found. So there are 2 species, and they, I believe, are both used here, but for similar reasons. But this one is speciosa because of the placement of the stem. Fascinating stuff, right? But it was actually kind of difficult for me to find out just what I had here, and it took a little bit of digging to find. And yeah, let's not waste any time. I'm gonna cut it open. These, when they are ripe, they're actually a much lighter color than this, but I believe that this has been prepared. The lady that sold this was selling a bunch of cooked things, so I think she boiled it or perhaps salted it in order to make it palatable. So first, let's cut this guy open. There we go. Inside, it is brown, and there's a very large seed. First, let's get that seed out of there. It separates somewhat easily from the pulp. The seed is kind of an interesting shape because it's a little bit flatter one way than the other. So, let's give it a shot. Wild. It's very savory. This is not a sweet fruit. This is a fruit that you would be eating like a vegetable. It reminds me a bit of the dabai, which had a little bit of a cooked carrot and olive sort of flavor. Very buttery. And I mean, the fruit itself is a little iridescent as it is, but it also is shiny because there is oil coming out of this thing. And it tastes like that. It tastes like kind of like a black olive, but maybe a little bit woody. It's good. It is good. I mean, there's some complex flavors in there that maybe some people wouldn't like the woodiness and all that. But the savory olive taste in there, I think, is really nice. I can see why this is a delicacy here and why that little lady was selling them, because this would be a very easy thing to just buy a little bag of and just pop them as you go. You don't get a whole lot of fruit on one of these. The seed to flesh ratio on this thing is not good. And the bag that I got of this came with 9 of them for 20 baht, which is about 75 cents, which by Western standards is not bad at all. But by Thai standards, 20 baht gets you like, half a kilo of fruit in most cases. So that's not a great price here, which shows that this is indeed a delicacy. And I can totally see somebody picking this up and eating it despite that, because it is satisfying. It's a really satisfying, rich taste. And it also would be fairly filling. It's kind of like an avocado in a way. And it is taking me quite a bit of strength right now not to eat that one that I have in my hand. I could easily polish off this entire thing, but I'm trying to pace myself here. Okay, so this is a Livistona palm tree, just to show you what it looks like. It's probably a different species than the one that I'm going to eat in this video, or I ate in this video, but it's interesting to see it. It's like a ton of fruit on there. Like little black olives. Yeah. So there you go, Livistona. I was looking online and I see references saying that the only edible use of this is that the seed is used as a substitute for betel nut. Which is interesting because it was being sold to eat the flesh of it, and yet there's more than one website that say you only eat the seed, not the flesh. You can eat the flesh. I ate it. People eat it. It's fine. So that makes me wonder if you can actually eat the seed on the inside, or if this is just like misinformation being spread around. So I'm gonna try it, but it's saying that this is used as a replacement for betel nut does concern me a little bit, because betel nut, it's used as a drug. It doesn't especially taste very good. This could actually have some sort of like stimulant in it, which is interesting, really interesting. Okay, so the first thing is that this has a very thin shell around it, which off camera I very tediously peeled it off. So when you take the shell off, you get this guy here, whiter color. Similarly to betel nut, this kernel is very hard, and how people deal with that with betel nut is they use a special tool, betel nut scissors. I actually have some at home in New York City, not here in Thailand. Believe it or not, I didn't pack it with me. What was I thinking? So I can't cut into this with a pocket knife. I've tried, doesn't work. I'm just gonna give it a little gnaw. If this does give you a stimulant, this might give me a lot of that stimulant. Let's see. I think that tells me all I need to know. Wasn't able to bite through it, but I was able to get the flavor and the astringency of it. That is like making it feel like my right cheek is nothing but like a slab of cotton. That's what it feels like. So yeah, very astringent, gives you dry mouth. Flavor, I guess, is not unlike betel nut in that it just kind of tastes like a bitter stick. So I'm not sure if that is indeed edible or if it does give you a stimulant effect, but it is interesting that people say that is how it is sometimes used. So I think that's about it. This is a cool one. I really enjoyed it, and hope you enjoyed watching this, guys. And if you're planning on visiting Chiang Mai, go to this market, find this little old lady, buy this fruit, and just make her think that the entire world has gone crazy. Till next time, bye.
I would like to give a big thank you to Smarter Every Day, Bill T, and Joseph McCorkle. They are mega patrons on patreon.com. Patreon is how I keep this channel going. It is a huge help, so thank you. And to anyone watching who is interested in learning more about how you can support the channel and get some really cool bonuses in return, like early access to videos, exclusive videos, there's over 100 of those. There's even a level where I will send you things in the mail. You gotta check it out. So check out the link in the description below.